I've used this M1 Pro MacBook Pro as my main computer for about 2 years now, and this M3 MacBook Air for about a month now. This is my new favorite laptop. Here's why. It's the Air, so it's thinner, lighter, more portable. The Midnight colorway, which I got, is really nice. Yeah, they added the anodization seal to try and reduce fingerprints. It's still a fingerprint magnet. You're still gonna get a ton. It accidentally matched my watch band. The 15-inch screen is where it's at. Just having that extra inch of real estate for different apps, watching stuff, editing, browsing, having 2 windows open. I'm sure the 13-inch is fine, and the 14-inch MacBook Pro I have here has been great. It's just the 15 seems to strike a nice balance. The Magic Keyboard's great to type on, and that trackpad. I mean, Apple's got the best trackpads in the game, and this one is huge. Got the essential ports, pretty minimal, 2 USB-Cs and a headphone jack on the other side, as well as some decent speakers.
Increase speed.
But of course, none of that means anything if it can't handle the tasks I do on a daily basis. Thankfully, the M3 chip is insanely fast. It's handled all my Final Cut Pro editing needs with plugins, raw photo editing, rendering, exporting, multitasking, all the ings. And in comparison to my MacBook Pro, overall snappiness and responsiveness, opening apps, it just feels faster on the Air. To sort of get some quantitative stuff to compare the actual performance between my MacBook Pro and the Air, I did a few tests. So I hopped on a Cinebench to get some results. The M3 Air for the GPU test got 3,337 points, hovered around 43 degrees. My M1 Pro got 2,472 points and hovered around 41 degrees. The fan actually started to kick on with the Pro. So the Air had some better GPU performance. For the multi-core CPU test, the M3 Air got 610 points and hovered around 43 degrees as well, and the M1 Pro got 817 and hovered around 42 degrees. So quite a bit better multi-core CPU performance on my MacBook Pro. And then for single core, the Air got 141 points and was around 32 degrees, and my M1 Pro got 112 points and was around 32 degrees. So some better single core performance on the Air. Not entirely sure what all that means. I have a pretty good idea, but there you go. But for a more practical test, I hopped into something I do a lot, which is using Photomatics to merge together raw brackets into a larger HDR image. So I took 102 raw images, 3 brackets, so I should end up with 34 final HDR images. I ran them both at the same time, and the Air seemed to dummy my MacBook Pro. I don't actually know the exact times as of recording this. You'll see them here, but I know the Air did quite a bit better. And it was also mentioned that this new Air has some better AI performance or something. It handles AI tasks better. So I went into Photoshop and did some AI sky replacements, and the Air was able to mask out the skies, 34 in total, quite a bit faster than the Pro. I don't know how accurate this will be, but I'll do a Wi-Fi test too, since it does have that new Wi-Fi 6E chip. I don't have 6E router or anything. I just want to see if it's faster, okay? All right, this is not the most scientific test because there's a lot more variables I should be taking into account when testing the Wi-Fi difference. But on the Air, I got 359 megabits per second download and got 225.87 on the Pro. And then we got battery. It's just insane. Being able to edit 4K footage on battery, not worrying about bringing a charger for hours, is incredible. And the 35-watt dual charger that comes with the Air is pretty cool. You can charge 2 things at once. But even when you're not doing that, it's a little bit slow, especially since I'm so used to the fast charging of the bigger brick. And since it's the Air, it's their most affordable new laptop that they offer. Doesn't mean it's cheap, but it's their cheapest option, so that's good. If you were to buy the one I have right now, 15-inch Air, M3, 8-core, 10-core, 16 gigabytes of unified memory, 512 gigabyte of internal storage, it's around $2,250 Canadian. Whereas the equivalent Pro, which is the 14-inch, it's 2,350 Canadian bucks, so $100 more. You're missing out on that extra inch of screen real estate, but there are a few things that the Pro does that might be worth that extra hundo for you. The speakers on the Pro are quite a bit better. They're richer, bassier, louder. The Air speakers just lack that extra quality. They're by no means bad speakers, but in comparison. Not having an HDMI port can also be a bummer in certain situations. If you forgot the dongle when bringing it to your friend's house, you're kind of screwed connecting it to a TV when trying to watch a UFC fight legally and totally not from some illegal streaming site. And then you're also missing the SD card slot, which might suck for some people, but to me, I always connect my camera through a USB-C port, so I don't really have an issue. The faster refresh rate on the MacBook Pro screen is also nice with that Pro Motion. Has it been a deal breaker on the Air? Honestly, less than I thought. When you compare them side by side, yeah, there's definitely a difference, but on their own. But as of right now, this M3 MacBook Pro is my new favorite laptop. It has basically done everything I needed from my M1 Pro MacBook Pro, just thinner and lighter, smaller, more portable, and sometimes even faster. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Farewell.